Listen, there's a lot of hype about getting your real estate license, but is it the right move for you? I've been thinking a lot about this lately. It's obviously on my mind because it's something that I'm going to do. But let's be reasonable, talk about the pros and cons, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. Hey everyone, if you didn't already know, my name is Alex Epstein, and I'm currently studying to get my real estate license. I'm using this channel to document the journey, so whether you are interested in real estate, want to get your license, or just want to follow along my journey, please like this video and subscribe to keep up to date with my content. I just started studying for my real estate exam here in California. While there's definitely upside, I've definitely been asking myself the hard questions before I go all in. I think that there's a lot of people that get into it and don't realize what they're actually getting into. This career takes a lot, and so I want to walk you through the things that I've actually been thinking about. I hope that if you're in a similar spot as I am, that this video helps you out. Let's get into it. First off, it's about education, control, and access. At the end of the day, I've always been interested in real estate. So it strongly comes from a desire and a passion. Learning about real estate actually excites me. It's not something that I have to force myself to do. And so I'm actually looking forward to doing this every day. When I said control, you might have wondered what I meant. What I meant was that I like the idea of being able to control my destiny. With real estate, your compensation is unlimited and you're pretty much running your own individual business. So at the end of the day, I've always thought and considered about being an entrepreneur. And so I think real estate could fulfill those desires. And lastly, access. I'm going to be able to go to buildings that I typically never would if I wasn't a real estate agent. And not only am I going to get to go into them, I'm going to be able to help people buy and sell them and hopefully be able to do it for myself as well. Next, let's get into some pros about being in the real estate industry and becoming a real estate agent. One, when you're a real estate agent, you actually get MLS access. The MLS is a listing service that all agents get access to when they get licensed. It's pretty much a platform that agents have access to that everyone else does not have access to. And it's where they post and publish houses for sale or for rent. Obviously, this gives you access into a database and into a pool that you could not otherwise get access to. With this, when a transaction is completed and you represent a buyer or a seller, or you double end it, meaning that you represent both parties, you obviously get a commission, which means that you get a percentage of the sale price of the property. Obviously, you have an advantage being in the real estate industry. Because you spend all your working hours in the real estate industry, obviously you have a firsthand advantage and you get to see things before other people do. Sometimes you may get to see deals that other people don't know. You may get access to off-market deals. You may know about deals earlier than other people. You also have an unfair advantage when it comes to understanding the market because you're living and breathing in it. You should know the market better than anyone else that's not a real estate agent. And with that, it gives you an advantage for you not to only help your clients, but also to help yourself. Maybe I could find a deal. Maybe through searching through properties, I find something that I want to purchase for myself or I think is perfect for a client. Or maybe even you could help your client and purchase their property if it works out. There's so many different ways to be of service and of value. Obviously, through working through this field, you're going to meet a lot of people and a lot of people are going to be very successful. So that's not only going to build confidence, but it's also going to build you a network that you could utilize for yourself and you can hopefully refer to other clients. And so you're really just building a great network for yourself and for your clients to utilize. And hopefully that means that you have good relationships with lawyers, with contractors, with title people, with mortgage people. You build a great team around you, and that serves as a great value for you and all your clients. Next, we're going to talk about some cons. Obviously, one of them is liability. You're acting as a representative for someone, so obviously that carries a lot of responsibility and therefore it could be a liability to be a real estate agent. So if that's something that concerns you, maybe this isn't the right role for you. However, I will say that there's a lot of professions that carry even more liability. And, if you do your homework right and you know what you're doing and you be careful and you do everything within the law, you know, the chances are that you'll be okay. Next, expectations. Obviously, there's a lot of expectations on you in being a real estate agent, whether you're representing a buyer, a seller, or anything in between. At the end of the day, people are trusting you to sell their home. And for most people, their homes are one of their biggest assets. So it's a huge responsibility you're taking on to sell this for someone or to help them buy their first home or investment property. I truly believe that if you do your best and you're honest, people are going to enjoy your services and are going to come back and refer other people. And that could mean telling someone that their home is worth less than they think or less than they want to get, but I'd rather be honest than not. Your reputation is everything in this business, and if you do something wrong, it obviously has the potential to follow you and really hurt you in your business. Lastly, real estate is not a shortcut. It's anything but passive. It's actually very active. So it's not a 9 to 5, which is great because it gives you flexibility and you get to choose your own schedule and quote unquote be your own boss. But at the end of the day, we still work for someone, which is our clients. And what that means is there's no 9 to 5, meaning that people might call or text you much later at night. People may reach out to you on the weekends, and you have to be available and of service to people. The next thing you should consider when thinking about getting your real estate license is whether or not you're passionate enough or you're motivated enough. Real estate is a grueling business, and most agents make little to nothing and are very unsuccessful. I think I read a statistic that said around 70% of agents that are licensed have not done a deal within the last 12 months. Obviously, the barrier to entry is pretty low, and getting your license is not too difficult. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of people that become agents that do it for a little bit and are not successful and then leave. There's also a lot of agents that may have their license or hang it somewhere and do it part time or not put full effort in. So I believe that if you really want to do this, unless you have some extreme or different circumstances, it's probably not for you if you're not willing to put in all the effort, because there are agents that are putting their 24/7 into this and they're working all the time. So I believe that you could be successful and work a reasonable amount, but you have to be all in to succeed. And lastly, something that you need to consider is whether or not you're okay with inconsistent income. So obviously, like I said earlier, you're not a W-2. For all of those that don't know what that means, that you're not guaranteed a paycheck and you're not getting one biweekly like most people that are working a typical 9 to 5 corporate job. And that comes with negatives because at the end of the day, you don't know when you're getting your next paycheck and it's not guaranteed. So while you have this huge upside, you also have the downside. If you don't make a deal, you're not getting paid. So that might help keep you motivated. And there's a lot of good things that comes with that. But obviously it's going to be inconsistent. So you're going to need to learn how to budget appropriately in order to be a successful agent and strive to keep your money in order. If you've had thoughts like this or have asked yourself any of these questions, you're watching the right video. You're not alone. There's huge potential in real estate, but it's not for everyone. I'm currently still figuring things out, and so if you want to follow along the journey or you're interested in content like this, please like the video, subscribe, and keep up to date with my latest content. Let me know if you think I'm missing something or if you have anything to add to this. That would be super helpful. I'm just starting this YouTube channel, and I'd love to hear your feedback.